Catch 'em all.
Hey guys, PokeDan here, and I am back with a different kind of video. Again, I've said it before, but I hate it when people use that phrase. I'm experimenting with video ideas. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I have gotten into the Pokemon anime, specifically Pocket Monsters Pokemon 2019 anime. I binge watched the first 28 episodes all within like 2 days, so I wanted to make a discussion video about it, and of course, I'm joined with who other than Entity Maze.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Entity here, aka Ben.
Of course, it made sense that I invited you, Ben, because you are like one of the most knowledgeable people. I can't even say it right. People I know about the Pokemon anime.
Indeed, I am.
And yeah, guys, today we're going to be talking about the top 8 trainers in the Pokemon World Championships. If you don't know what the Pokemon World Championships are, basically, Ash, his goal in the anime, as you probably know if you're watching this, is to defeat Leon, become the strongest Pokemon trainer in the world. And to do that, he has to defeat the top 8. Is it defeat the top 8 or get in the top 8, sorry?
Get in the top 8 and then you'll face
that's what I thought.
3 of those trainers.
Yeah. So the top 8 so far are all trainers we know from the games or from the anime in the past. So right now, of course, there's Leon, Lance, and Rayhan, and we just want to take the time to discuss other potential trainers the other top 8 members could be. I feel like I'm going to slip out of my YouTube voice a bit, just so it feels a bit more natural, so yeah. I've written down a list of possibilities. First, I've gotten Cynthia. What do you think of Cynthia?
Oh yeah, I definitely think she would be there because not only is she shown to be the strongest in the games, I feel like she's already demonstrated that in the anime as well, and we kind of were robbed of a Ash and Cynthia battle, so it would be very awesome to see that in the anime finally. So I definitely do feel like she'll be one of those top 8. There was some kind of feminine-like figures in that screenshot as well, so it definitely is suggesting at least one of them is a girl. So if I had to pick a female trainer, Cynthia would definitely be the first to come to mind.
So yeah, I definitely agree. She's had a presence in the anime before. She's also returned in the Unova anime. I am right, aren't I? Or was that just a game? Yeah, I thought so. So she can return again, we know that. And I don't know, I loved Cynthia. I'd love to see her come back. What would you... Okay, let's rate these trainers on a scale of 1 to 10 on how likely they are to be in the top 8. I think Cynthia, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree, definitely.
Like,
yeah.
You can't full on say 10 because we don't know, but if it's going to be any champion, I feel like her and Lance, they're some of the more memorable ones, so yeah.
Definitely.
Next up on my list, I've written down Steven Stone. This is another champion who has returned in the Mega Evolution Special, I believe, in the Kalos anime.
Yeah, both the XY anime and the Mega Evolution Act specials.
Yeah, and just like Lance and Cynthia, he's another champion who is, I'd say, quite memorable. I've spoken about this before, and if we include all champions in the top 8, which would make sense, I don't know, it would just be too many Dragon-type trainers, or Pokemon trainers that focus more on dragons, you know?
Very true, yeah.
Like, we would have Iris, we'd have, well, obviously Lance. I guess kind of Cynthia, because she has a Garchomp, but she also has other types. Who else? There's definitely more. Oh, why is it slipping my mind?
No, Alola doesn't have anything. Alola champion is Ash anyway.
Yeah, Iris, I guess.
We already said that. I mean, it'll be very awesome to see her return, though, because I've always been saying on my channel and in tweets as well that if Iris was to make a return to the anime, I'd love to see her either be a gym leader or champion. Gym leader's more realistic, but yeah, it would just be cool to see her finally get Foreigner Dragon Master Go and be one of those types of trainers. I was gonna say it would be a nice shock factor as well if that does actually happen as well.
I do have her written down as a possibility, but I was going to talk about that later on. But now we're here, we'll get onto that next. So Steven, I think, because now they've shown that Mega Evolution is returning with Karina, so him and Mega Metagross, I think definitely a chance, you know? A good chance.
Definitely.
I'd say probably again, like 8 out of 10. Like, him and Cynthia are the only people I feel of that level of likeliness to return.
Yeah, I think so too. I'd give him an 8 as well. Although we did see Mega Evolution in that recent trailer as well, thanks to Karina. Mega Evolution has still been around since Sun and Moon as well. We saw it 4 times in that series, so I just wanted to say that as well. But yeah, it'll be cool to see, of course, Ash go against a Mega Metagross if that ever happens.
So, out of the top 8, Ash would be one of the top 8, so we only really need 7 other trainers, am I right?
Well, of course, minus the ones we already know.
Yeah, so 4 others. But I feel like... did we talk about this, or was this me and Shoops? Rayhan may drop out.
Oh yeah, I feel like he'll definitely be the one who will drop out in replacement of Ash, because if it is to be a full top 8 of champions, you know, he's the gym leader there, so get him out. And compared to the other trainers that we're currently predicting, I would say he would be the least strong out of them.
I agree. So I think in the top 8, definitely, like, not definitely, but most likely, I think the main 4 for me are Leon, Lance, Cynthia, and Steven. Like I said, we do have others to talk about, so let's get into Iris. So yeah, Iris, we kind of went into her already, but I don't know how I feel about her coming back like that. Because, of course, it was her goal to become a Dragon Master, and we were robbed of her return in X and Y. Just a glimpse of her, kind of like how Dawn returned in Unova, May in Sinnoh. Of course, Serena didn't return in Alola either, but yeah. But yeah, Iris, I feel like I'd like her to return. I'm not sure about in a... Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see her as the Unova champion, but I don't really see that completely happening. I think the likeliness in that one for me would probably be 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it would definitely be a 3 or 4 for me. If anything, she could appear, for all we know, in one of the other ranks if she wants to do the Pokemon World Championships too, like maybe the Ultra Ball tier or whatever, you know?
That was something else I was going to get into, so we may as well do it now. Like, we were talking about this the other day, I think we were, weren't we? Like, how there's a big possibility how we could see trainers like Paul or Cameron appear in the World Championships, but not in the top 8, maybe like the top 99. Because, I mean, we're focusing on the top 8, but top 99 is still like a very good ranking to be.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, that's a possibility. But I don't know if I see anyone like Cameron or Paul being in the top 8, if you know what I mean. I don't know.
I can see why I'd think that. I mean, a small chance, yeah. It would definitely be a good shock factor, much like, you know, how we said that for Iris, if it was to actually happen. But if they were to put an old rival of Ash's there, I would also want it to be someone he's not beaten before. So, like, he's beaten Paul, yeah? So, if I was to pick a rival, if I was to pick a rival of Ash's who hasn't beaten in the top 8, to be there, it would definitely be Alain, so fans can get the satisfaction of Ash finally beating him, and I mean, I guess it gives us another excuse to see a cool battle between the two as well.
I knew you were going to say that, but yeah, I was actually, Alain is on my possibilities list, so I think they've got to have some representation, of course, like at least one trainer from each region. I think Lance, although Ash represents Alola, I think Lance can get away with representing Kanto and Johto, because he's like prominent in both of those games. Again, Hoenn, I believe, would be Steven, Sinnoh would be Cynthia, Unova, we'll get into that in a bit, but Kalos, I was thinking, it's either got to be obviously Diantha, or, I know I said past rivals in lower ranks, but I could see Alain being in the top 8, you know?
Yeah, I mean, definitely out of all the other rivals, I feel like he is the most likely as well.
He could represent Kalos, I think, pretty well.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, Alain, what do you think his possibility is? I kind of think a bit more than Iris, but not like Cynthia. Probably a 5.5 out of 10.
I was gonna say 6, yeah.
Yeah. Then, of course, there is the other Kalos trainer, which is Diantha. And I feel like in the games, she was really forgettable, and that was her problem. But she did have some effect in the anime. She was shown, and she was shown to be strong.
Yeah, because she had that like trick where she doesn't even tell God of War what move to use. She just looks at it, and God of War knows what to do instantly. And then, of course, we had that battle with Ash-Greninja versus God of War as well, which was cool and left us wanting for more as well. So it could maybe reference that again in the future.
So do you think Diantha or Alain would be more likely? Because I kind of feel like with Alain, it would be too good to be true. but Dianapha I feel like could be in the realm of possibility. Plus, I feel like there wouldn't be that many female trainers if we didn't have Iris.
True.
So it could be there for diversity, but there could be 2 from the region. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it is just 1 per region. I'm really confused about it, because... Actually, no, that rule's out the window, because Rayhan and Leon are both in there.
Well,
So-
that's obvious, though, because obviously Gala's the newest region.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like, there are 2 from 1 region, so that is possible. For Dianapha, what would you say her likelihood is?
I guess a 7, I guess. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, obviously I'd prefer Alain, but you did make a very good point that, you know, get some female representation in there alongside Cynthia, and we already do feel like most of these would be the champions from the games anyway, so...
But I'd love to see Alain, though. Yeah, I agree with you there. Next up is a bit of a controversial one. So, I've got Tobias.
I've seen people discuss this on Twitter.
I think if Tobias shows up there, that is the ultimate just FU from the Pokemon Company. Like, it's cool to have callbacks, but Tobias's only real purpose in the anime was to be that guy who beats Ash. Like, he was there to show that although Ash is now using super strong Pokemon, they're not quite on par with legendaries. So I feel like I'd like to see Tobias show up again, just to see what other Pokemon he has, but I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, one thing with the World Championships as well, the matchups are actually random. One day it could be a 1v1, like that recent episode with Pikachu versus Megamian, or another day it could be a 2v2, like that episode with Ash battling against the temporary gym leader at Vermilion City. But so we could just see Darkrai if it's a 1v1, and that might actually get Ash the upper hand as well, but it would be cool to see what other, I guess, to see what other Pokemon Tobias has. I mean, I guess it kind of does make sense, though, because the anime did already kind of show us that, you know, he is one of the strongest trainers because he won the entire Sinnoh League.
Yeah.
So I know why people are saying him, but yeah, it kind of would be a bit too much, maybe. But I say that as well, but Ash does have his own legendary and mythical himself now, though, to be honest, so...
Yeah, the thing is with Tobias, like, there's no guarantee he would verse Ash, so it's kind of like, yeah, they could put him in, if he is going to verse Ash, to see how much Ash has grown, if he could take down Darkrai, but would they want to waste one of Ash's free battles on someone like Tobias, or would they rather someone like Cynthia, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because yeah, I mean, if this is going to be like in the tournament style, Ash is only going to battle 3, which of course one of them would be Leon, so that only leaves 2 open slots for him to battle one of those 8 trainers, of course. I mean, he could still be there, obviously, but have another trainer defeat him in that top 8 or whatever.
I thought of something. Maybe even Leon defeat him.
Oh, that would just prove even further that Leon is the strongest. Yeah,
I've changed my mind. I want Tobias there now. So, what would your likelihood of Tobias be?
I don't know. I'm gonna stick with a 3 or 4, I guess. I don't know.
That's fair, but with this one, I kind of feel like it's 50-50, I think. Like, I think the creators of the anime will definitely have thought about this, so I'm going to say 5 out of 10.
That's fair.
So next up, we are taking a lot of time here, but I'm loving this discussion, so let's kind of like go and talk about possibly for Gen 5, Alder.
Yeah, if we've already established that we feel like these could all be champions, and he's the champion of Unova, as we know, at the moment in the anime at least. So yeah, I could see him being there, and then we could see more of his Pokemon, because obviously only Ash had a 1v1 with him, and then he fell asleep doing it as well. So
yeah, I feel like with Alder, he's another one of those forgettable champions, but I feel like he could just be there to fill a slot. Like, he could be one of the first in the top 8 to go out, and no one would really bat an eye.
Yeah.
I think Alder's pretty likely. He doesn't use all dragon types too, so he has that good for him.
He's unique with bug types, then of course he still has Buffalant as well, but yeah, he's definitely more on the unique side of typings.
I'd also like to see some of these champions come back and use like some different Pokemon. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh yeah, definitely, because obviously when their teams were made back in the day, more Pokemon have obviously been coming out, so to see them with like Cynthia with a Gen 6 Pokemon, for example.
Cynthia with like a Florges instead of a Roserade. That'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So older. I'm gonna say 6 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
So next up, I want to talk about Wallace. I mean, he was a champion himself, and again, water types, not fully dragon Pokemon, but he was also an Elite Four member.
Yeah, wait, I can't remember. Was he Elite Four member or champion in the anime? Obviously he was a coordinator, as we know, because the whole Wallace Cup thing happened. But I can't remember if it was also established that he used to be a champion or whatever.
So Wallace, what are you saying?
I'm gonna say a 3 for that, to be honest.
I agree. Do you have any more characters you'd like to throw my way? Because those are the only ones I've got it written down. Because obviously, there's the chance of Elite Four members, but we'd be here literally all day if we were talking about them too.
I have seen people on Twitter say Kukui. However, I have to disagree with that because, as the Alola anime showed, which is partly a slice of life animes, more on the relaxing side instead of battle heavy, it shows us that Kukui is most of the day a school teacher, and when he's not a school teacher, he's in a battle royale anyway. So I don't think he would have time to be in the World Championships. He also has a wife and a kid coming up as well, actually. So he's definitely a very busy guy. So I definitely don't see him being in the World Championships. Obviously, we have other people who have beaten Ash in the league, such as Tyson or one of those. But again, I'd rather see them in the Ultra Ball tier if the anime was to bring them back. Oh, I mean, I just glanced at my second desktop wallpaper here, actually, and Gladion. We could finally see a 6v6 between him and Ash, maybe, but because Ash would be representing Alola, if we are to have one from each region, I feel like, again, he'll be in the Ultra Ball tier, and he doesn't hold as much weight as the other characters. Plus, he's searching for his father at the moment, which God knows how long that will take.
But yeah, I feel like that's really it. Like, we probably missed a character or two, but I'm going to say my top 8 right now. My prediction, I'm going to say Leon, Lance, Ash. Rayhan's going to drop out, so Leon, Lance, Ash, Cynthia, Steven, Alder, Tobias, Diantha.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah, for me, for Kantos and Johto would have Lance. For Hoenn, I'm gonna say Steven. For Sinnoh, Cynthia. Yeah, you can see where I'm going with this, one from each region. Unova, I guess Alder then, to be honest. Although it'd be really cool to see Iris, but again, it's just, we never know. I'm gonna say Alain over Diantha. I feel like it could be more like, I don't know. I'm very split on the two. And then obviously for Alola we have Ash, and then finally Leon.
So yeah, guys, these are my predictions and entity rays. Ben, are you gonna make a video on this yourself in the future, or just mention it?
Well, me, Zach, and Raf did talk about this on a podcast as well, actually. So that'll be on my channel. Probably by the time this gets uploaded as well, to be honest. So yeah.
So of course, go check out Ben. You probably have already if you hear talking about anime, because he knows all his stuff. Also, I want to make more videos like this in the future. That'll be really fun. I'm really into the new anime series. I love it. Ben, you can vouch for me on that. Like I watch an episode, I just come back like an excited puppy.
You watch 10 a day.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, again, thanks for watching. I'm awful at outros. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. For now, I've been PokeDan, and you've been amazing, and I'll see you guys next time.